What up, fam? Welcome back to the channel. This is MMA Jawn. You can call me G. We got UFC Vegas 119 to talk about. Manel Kape versus Kyoji Horiguchi. This fight's about to be a banger, but before we get into that, today is Sunday, June 14. UFC Freedom 250 card is tonight at 8 o'clock. Hence, we rocking that roofie shirt. Tonight's about to be lit. I cannot wait. But of course, I gotta get this video out to you guys bright and early tomorrow. This video would drop tomorrow morning. And we got to break down UFC Vegas 119 for the next week's fight card. So let's get straight into it. UFC Vegas 119, Manel Kape versus Kyoji Horiguchi. We get straight into it. Now for the very first fight of the night, we got Shane Collins versus Otari Tansilovi. And this is a very interesting newcomer matchup between two fighters making their debut in the UFC. Collins enters at an undefeated record at 7-0, and he arrives as the current reigning A1 combat champion for the featherweight division. While, of course, Tansilovi brings a 10-1 record, previously losing in the Dana White Contender Series. Shane Collins. Sharp boxing fundamentals, clean combinations, good footwork. The dude got good striking. Again, undefeated, so his confidence has got to be through the roof. And of course, more proven quality opposition. Just go look at the resumes. He's better. He's fought better competition. Collins is the more polished fighter out of the two for sure. He tends to fight behind a nice disciplined jab. Look at the highlights. He kind of just jabs people up. And stays pretty conservative and pretty tactical and technical throughout his fights. As for Otari, aggressive pressure, physical in the clinch game, mixes in wrestling pretty well, and he's already experienced a Dana White Contender Series spotlight. So this Apex, he's been here before. This shouldn't be so nerve-wracking for him. So, how do you pronounce his name again? Tansilovi. Or let's just call him Otari. Otari, his path to victory, let's keep it a buck, he has to make it ugly. This fight, he is not the technical one, so of course he needs to close the distance, force the clinching exchanges, and test Collins' defensive wrestling. We all know he's a new guy, he's only 7-0, so pretty inexperienced. So this one's going to be a nice little toss-up. You know, be careful on who you're picking. This is going to be a low-confidence pick, but you know, the biggest question you got to ask yourself is, can Otari consistently take down Shane Collins? And if he can, of course, he's going to edge out a victory via decision. But if he can't, he'll be picked apart by Shane Collins, his nice boxing fundamentals, his boxing combinations. So, Otari's dangerous, especially early. Pressure grappling, of course, can win if he takes him down, like I said. But I'm going to go ahead and pick Shane Collins. I think his boxing is a lot better. Defend a couple takedowns, land the cleaner shots, and simply outpoint Otari all the way to a decision victory. So give me Shane Collins to get it done via decision. Now, next fight up, we got Leon Shabazian versus Levon Chokli. Leon, of course, older brother of Edmund Shabazian, who just fought, I think last week or 2 weeks ago. Unfortunately, he lost to Brendan Allen, but we got Leon Shabazian, and you would think you would get like another another Edmund Shabazian style fighter, but you don't. This guy is the complete opposite of Edmund Shabazian. Edmund Shabazian knocks people out. This guy chokes people out. So anyway, Leon Shabazian, huge size advantage for this division. He's like 6'4", 6'5". Again, Edmund Shabazian's brother, so you got to see his experience got to be there, assuming he trains for his brother, right? Dangerous grappler, 11 submission attempts, decent hands. He's more of a counter puncher, let's be real, but offensively, his hands aren't really greatest. And of course, riding a 4-fight submission victory, all in the first round. So the dude's been pretty much choking everybody out. Levon Chokli, though, heavy-handed striker, 11 knockout wins. So this guy's the complete opposite of Leon Shabazian. More experience, high-level competition. He fought in Bellator before. Strong pressure fighter, and is pretty good at physically clinching guys and holding them there and earning some points while in the clinch. In this fight, guys, it's going to be a tricky. This feels like your typical striker versus grappler matchup. Chokli is the more proven fighter. Again, notable competition. Good real knockout power. And Shabazian's submission game is his biggest weapon. The biggest factor here is can Shabazian get this fight to the ground? Because if so, of course, he can easily sub Leon Shabazian. I was supposed to say Leon Shabazian again. He can easily sub Chokeli. But of course, it's the matter of can he take him to the ground? Leon Shabazian isn't really the greatest when it comes to offensive wrestling. None of these BJJ nerds really are. So that's the biggest question. If you can't really take him to the ground, then you're going to pretty much bank on Levon Chokli to pretty much outstrike him in the feet and knock him out, maybe in the first two. Usually these BJJ nerds, if they can't really get you onto the ground, they're screwed. They're going to get pieced up and pretty much knocked out, similar to the other dudes. So I know I'm pretty much bashing Leon Shabazian at that point, but I'm currently leaning Leon. I'm going to be honest, but it's very low confident. He has fought really no one good. He fought Phil Rowe, the Dana White Contender Series a few years back, and he lost via knockout. And he fought Ryan Loder, and Ryan Loder's trash. He's not longer in the UFC. But in the Ryan Loder fight, he simply just got out grappled, chain wrestled, and then pretty much Ryan Loder just beat him up on the ground, and the referee stopped it kind of early, not going to lie. But Leon Shabazian wasn't really doing anything, wasn't really defending those punches, so completely understand. But anyway, I'm assuming Leon Shabazian has been training with his brother, Edwin Shabazian, and he's been training in those hands, so he should be better from his last time out. The size, the reach, the elite submission game should pretty much be all he needs to beat Levon Chokli. But again, low confidence. Levon Chokli can knock him out. I'm not betting on this fight, neither should you. Take the fight, honestly, to not go to distance, but for the sake of the pick, we're going to go Leon Shabazian to somehow pull it through and get that submission victory. I do expect him to be the underdog, but we'll see. I got Leon Shabazian to win by submission, baby. Now, next fight up, we got Carol Rosa versus Luana Santos. Now, this is a very interesting Brazilian bantamweight matchup between Carol Rosa and Luana Santos. Now, Carol Rosa, elite pace, elite cardio, excellent leg kick, very durable for this division, strong defensive wrestling and scrambling abilities. Now, as for Luana Santos, dangerous judo submission game, strong physicality for the division, and more explosive athlete early in the fights. Now, this fight, just simply what I just said. In the first round, Luana Santos has to put in that pressure and try to end Carol Rosa in her very first round, but that is very unlikely. This is women's MMA, and Carol Rosa is a vet, very experienced young lady in this division. I see her just simply toughing it out. She's consistently shown us that she can just survive those tough grappling exchanges against multiple women. So I got her. This is pretty simple. Survive those grappling exchanges from Luana Santos and out-experience Luana Santos on the feet. Jab her up, strike her, out-volume her, survive on the ground, possibly take it to the ground and just survive those submission attempts from Luana Santos. And that's pretty much it. Over 15 minutes, Rosa's experience, cardio, and striking output should be the minute winner in this fight. So, Carol Rosa, better opponent. All he has to worry about is the submission. She's better everywhere besides the submission game against Luana Santos. So, we're going to go ahead and lean Carol Rosa to get it done by unanimous decision. But be careful. Luana Santos definitely can win by submission. Now, next fighter, we got Michael Aswell versus Gaston Bolanos. Now, in this fight, guys, we got Michael Aswell, good volume striker, young, good durability, aggressive, can push the pace and force opponents to back up. Against Gaston Bolanos, a good technical striker, Muay Thai base, carries road knockout power in those hands. And in this fight, guys, it's kind of like reminding me of like your typical youth volume puncher, young volume puncher versus technical experienced guy. And I'm going to be honest with you, the writing's on the wall. I don't really agree with the lines. Michael Aswell is pretty good. I do got him to win, but minus 400 is kind of crazy. But again, Gaston Bolanos isn't really the greatest. Good technical striker. I think he is better than Michael Aswell when it comes to on the feet, but he simply doesn't throw enough, and Michael Aswell is going to throw everything at Gaston Bolanos. So the pick's going to be Michael Aswell. Doesn't really need to be a breakdown on this one. Gaston Bolanos isn't really the greatest. Sucks everywhere else, let's be real. just got hands, and I don't see him winning here whatsoever. But I don't agree with the lines. It should be a little closer. Michael Aswell should get it done by simply outpointing him on the feet and edging out a decision victory. So we're going to go ahead and take Michael Aswell to win via unanimous decision. Next fight up, we got Mitch Raposo versus Alan Nascimento. Now, Mitch Raposo, compact. I feel like I broke this one down before. Compact, aggressive flyweight, who likes to pressure his opponents and makes the fight ugly. The dude got fast entries when it comes to takedown. Good pace for a for a 3-round fight. Durability, difficult to finish. Strong wrestling background. As for Nascimento, you guys know who he is. Strong grappler. Sucks kind of initiating takedowns against opponents, but decent hands. But his Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is excellent, and if this fight goes to the ground, it's pretty much wraps. I ain't gonna lie. Mitch Raposo has to fight a perfect fight for 15 minutes. If he even attempts to take down Ali Nascimento, he's just pretty much setting himself up for failure, considering that Ali Nascimento is a beast on the ground. In this fight, guys, Ali Nascimento has to take it to the ground somehow, some way. Or not, he's going to get outgritted, out-punch, out-volley on the feet. Mitch Raposo is a dog. Don't let those records fool you. Don't let the level of competition fool you. The dude's gritty. Dude's got decent experience. Mitch Raposo can come in here and chain wrestle against Alan Nascimento, but again, if he takes him to the ground, you're just pretty much setting yourself up for failure for Alan Nascimento kind of to, reverse you and submit you while taking your back or something like that. But this fight's gonna be pretty good. I see this fight going both ways, but something tells me Mitch Raposo cannot, pitch a perfect fight in this one. 15 minutes of straight grappling, striking, and he has to be very careful for that submission threat from Alan Nascimento, and I don't really think he's going to be able to escape those chokes and all that. So Alan Nascimento is going to find a way to get this fight to the ground, or just simply get taken down, and he'll sub Mitch Raposo on his guard, or figure it out from his back. But give me Alan Nascimento to get the win via submission. Next fight up, we got Bia Mesquita versus Melissa Mullins. I'm not going to waste your time here. Bia Mesquita, world-class Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu artist versus Melissa Mullins. Your average, typical MMA girl. She's eyed everywhere. But let's be real. This is a setup fight. Bia Mesquita is going to come in here and sub Melissa Mullins within round 1 or 2. So I'm not going to really waste your time. Melissa's a striker. This girl is a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu artist. As long as this fight goes to the ground, it's pretty much over. Melissa Mullins can't really beat this girl, so I'm not going to waste your time. Bia Mesquita to get it done via submission pretty easily. Let's be real. The next fight up, we got Melzik Bagdasaryan versus Mortar Sali Magomedov. My bad on those names. Anyway, Melzik, elite kickboxer, he's sharp boxing, dangerous on the feet, excellent, distance management. He could definitely outpoint you by keeping his distance. Against the Magomedov, undefeated UFC newcomer, earned his contract to the Dana White Contender Series a few months ago. A few months ago. All 10 of his professional victories come by finish, and I see him definitely finishing Melzik here in this fight. Melzik isn't really the greatest. He hasn't fought since Dean Silva took him out, and that's been pretty a while back. Unfortunately, he has been inactive in UFC here. But for the breakdown, guys, Melzik is the cleanest striker in my honest opinion. Could absolutely win maybe if the fights keep standing. However, though, Magomed's pressure, forward wrestling, pressure fighter, chain wrestling, I should say, is going to make the difference here, and he's definitely going to capitalize, and he's definitely going to win against Melzik. The dude's been on a roll, 10 finishes, like I said, and I definitely see him finishing Melzik Bagdasaryan here in this fight. I see this fight simply going to the ground, and Magomedov is definitely just going to land that ground and pound and make Melzik quit. So, without further ado, Magomed, it's going to win, be a knockout, going to take him down, use those chain wrestlings, and just simply avoid that stand-up from Melzik and just take him down like I said. So, Melzik, Mortar Sali Magomedov is the pick via knockout, baby. Now, next fight out, we got Andre Lima versus Kevin Borjas. And these odds are ridiculous. They got to stop disrespecting my boy Kevin Borjas. And honestly, they got to stop giving him these like non-favorable matchups. Like UFC has been just giving him dogs after dogs. And it's unfortunate. But anyway, Andre Lima, undefeated prospect, strong kickboxing base, excellent speed, timing, and technical striking. Against Kevin Borjas, aggressive, explosive striker with knockout power. Definitely dangerous early. You saw what he did to Manel Rodriguez before his lights got put out. But definitely a dangerous guy. And in this fight, guys, Borjas' power makes things very interesting. For the most part, I see this fight being a technical fighting affair. I don't see this fight going really to the ground unless Andre Lima, surprises us and really does take him to the ground, considering maybe Borjas hurt him on the feet. But, man, I don't see this fight going in Borjas' way. Unfortunately, Andre Lima is going to outpoint him, outstrike him, use that movement, use that volume against Borjas, and just simply outwin via decision here. It just pretty much sucks for Borjas, man. Lima likes to win rounds with clean striking. All he has to do is avoid those big counters from Borjas, and he'll remain undefeated with a dominant performance. It's just unfortunate, man. I'm pretty saddened that Kevin Borjas, they give him shitty-ass matchups for him. But Andre Lima, dude's pretty good. Got that bite tattoo, if you guys recall, from a couple years back. But Andre Lima is going to simply outstrike him here, outvolley him, use that movement, avoid those big shots from Kevin Borjas, and this should be an easy matchup for Andre Lima. So give me Andre Lima to get it done via decision. Next fight up, we got Christian Rodriguez versus Haider Amel. And you guys know who Christian Rodriguez is. He has beaten a lot of these prospects, earning that name, the Prospect Killer. He has beaten Raul Rosas, Cameron Simon, Isaac Dogeri, and Austin Bashi, all by staying composed and making adjustments throughout the fight. The dude's pretty solid. He's going against Haider Amel, and Haider Amel's nickname is the Hurricane, which fits him pretty perfectly, if you ask me. He throws a whole bunch of volume and likes to constantly press forward against opponents in the fight. And in this fight, if it stays in the Haider Amel's preference, you're going to see Rodriguez spend a lot of rounds defending that pressure. And it's going to be a little tricky to predict in this one. But in this fight, I'm kind of low-key leaning Christian Rodriguez. I kind of just got him circling the cage, forcing resets and mixing in takedowns against Haider Amel. And that's the best way to beat Haider Amel, is by just doing that, avoiding those big shots. Let him throw all that goofy shit and land counters on Haider Amel. We all know Haider Amel throws a whole bunch of shots, a whole bunch of volume, and hopes to land and be the more volume guy and edge out a victory that way. But I got Christian Rodriguez, man. The dude's been there with tougher competition, the best prospects out there, and I got him using his IQ over 3 rounds. He's just technical, more technical than Haider Amel, definitely more defensive responsible than Haider Amel. I can see him making adjustments throughout the fight, and that should allow him to edge out at least 2 out of the 3 rounds against Haider Amel. Haider Amel can definitely probably edge out 1, considering that dude throws a whole bunch of volume, but I can't really trust him. The dude fights like he has low IQ, and the better overall fighter is definitely Christian Rodriguez. So I'm going to go ahead and edge out or pick Christian Rodriguez to edge out a victory via decision in this fight. Next fight up, we got Vinicius Oliveira versus Andre Fili. Now, this is a very interesting matchup considering Andre Fili steps in on short notice for Giga Chikadze. He withdrew from this fight. Fili definitely brings a different style compared to Giga Chikadze, so we'll see how this fight plays out. But Vinicius Oliveira, explosive offense, knockout power, constant pressure when moving, dangerous flying knees, and definitely unorthodox attacks. Now, as for Fili, over a decade of UFC experience, fights, sharp boxing, kicking game, good movement, cage awareness, and it's definitely tough and durable in this UFC game. For this fight, guys, this is going to be a little tricky. I can definitely see a path where Andre Fili stays away from the danger of Vinicius Oliveira and just simply outpoints him and edges out a decision victory, but very unlikely. Short notice against a dangerous opponent in Vinicius Oliveira. This is going to be a difficult one. Vinicius Oliveira is younger, definitely a problem, definitely hits harder, and Andre Fili has to use that jab, has to use that footwork if he wants to win, edge out a victory or 15. But I don't see it, man. I see Vinicius Oliveira hurting him in the first round, possibly finishing him in the first round, but if he doesn't, that damage, that impact is going to build up, and he's going to edge out a victory by whatever he wants, let's be real. But I'm edging Vinicius Oliveira to get it done by decision or knockout. Definitely going to hit Andre Fili a lot harder. The damage is going to definitely build up, like I said, and I can just see Vinicius Oliveira edging it out. So Vinicius Oliveira is going to be the pick. Andre Fili, he's a stud, be careful, but the late notice, not for me. I don't really feel confident in that. So give me Vinicius Oliveira to get it done by knockout or decision. Next fight up, we got Ion Cutelaba versus Navajo Sterling. And you guys know Ion Cutelaba, man. The dude's very dangerous. The dude's a big wild card. Early on in his UFC career, he used to just knock people out using explosive power and chaos. But recently, he's been using his wrestling pretty effectively, getting submission wins over Ibo Aslan and Omar Sy, showing us that he doesn't have to brawl anymore. He can wrestle his opponents and get that victory via his wrestling game. As for Navajo Sterling, nice kickboxer, elite range management, technical, excellent athleticism. He's younger, he's improving, he's durable, and he has a nice 79-inch reach in this fight. And in this fight, guys, it largely comes down to, can Ion Cutelaba take down Navajo Sterling in this one? And in this fight, if he could, he can definitely win. We haven't really seen Navajo Sterling get really tested on the ground. Don't get me wrong, Ion Cutelaba isn't really that elite wrestler that can kind of test him, but he definitely could in this in the mat. But this one's going to be tricky. If you can't really take him down, then Navajo Sterling is going to edge out a victory via decision, just simply outstriking him on the feet and using that 79-inch reach. But if Ion Cutelaba can take him down to the ground, you know, this fight's pretty much over. I don't see Navajo Sterling pretty much getting up. He's going to just try to survive on the ground, and it's going to be a tough test, man. Ion Cutelaba is no joke. This fight is going to be tricky. The lines definitely should be closer. We all know. It's pretty much easily. If the fight if the fight stays standing, Navajo Sterling got it. If somehow you see Cutelaba taking Navajo Sterling down, this fight is pretty much like fucked for Navajo Sterling, for the most part, I should say. But anyway, for the sake of the pick, Ion Cutelaba is very dangerous at 205, especially after round one, or especially in round one. But I got Sterling. He appears to be the better guy, minus the wrestling, of course. I got him simply avoiding those wrestling attempts from Ion Cutelaba and edging out a decision victory in this fight by simply out-voluming and out-pointing Ion Cutelaba on the feet and avoiding those takedowns. But low confidence, Navajo Sterling is pretty good. This is the co-main event, so careful, guys. Ion Cutelaba is no joke. He could get the win. But we're going to go with Navajo Sterling to get it done. I simply see him outstriking him in this fight and edging out a decision victory. So give me Navajo Sterling to get it done via decision. Now, next fight up, we got the main event of the evening. Manel Kape versus Kyoji Horiguchi. Now, this fight is probably the most intriguing fight in the fight card. Obviously, it's the main event. They're fighting for a reason here. This is a rematch. In 2017, Kyoji Horiguchi submitted Manel Kape in Rising. So it's been a long time, but that fight was a 3-round. No, it was not a 3-round fight. He got submitted in the 3rd round. But that was nearly like 9 years ago. Manel Kape is 10 times better than he was 9 years ago. Manel Kape, though, explosive striker, elite hand speed, devastating left hand counters. Definitely has one-shot power for the flyweight division. He likes to use his feints and movements to beat his opponents. And as for Horiguchi, karate-based style, throws a whole bunch of combinations using his footwork and punches, leg kicks, everything. Excellent at entering and exiting his range pretty safely, and mixes in kicks and punches pretty well. This feels a lot closer than the first time they fought. Obviously, they have both made improvements, but Manel Kape has been looking pretty solid on the feet recently. Let's be real. Horiguchi, in my honest opinion, though, is the more complete fighter. He probably wins minutes. However, though, he is the older guy. He's facing the more dangerous version of Manel Kape. Kape has definitely a speed advantage, an explosive advantage. Definitely has that knockout power, and definitely has become one of the elite guys in this division. Definitely setting the standards for the flyweight division. This fight's going to be tricky, man. I do think Horiguchi has success early with his movement, his volume, but eventually Kape's going to land that left hand. Kape's going to land that big shot and get revenge for that loss in 2017. I don't know, something tells me that's the way we're going. Manel Kape is going to get it done via knockout, in my honest opinion. So I'm going to go ahead and take Manel Kape, more explosive, more speed, more power. Manel Kape should get it done by simply avoiding those takedown attempts from Horiguchi, staying technical and outpointing him, and possibly knocking him out for the 4th round or 5th round. But anyway, we got Manel Kape to get it done by knockout. That is it for the video, guys. A like is greatly appreciated. Please enjoy today's event. If y'all watching this, well, no, y'all be watching this Monday anyway. We'll be watching UFC Freedom 250 tonight. It's about to be epic. Let's see what happens. But anyway, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.